Right guys, it's time to sit down and watch Emperor's Path's 500 subscriber giveaway draw. I think we all know who's won though, don't we?
Let's go and have a look and see who won. As you can see here, I've entered all of the entrants into random.org. And we had 159 entries. So they're all in there, they've all been randomly allocated. And now, I'm going to go onto a random number generator and generate 102. Frosts and Fists.
No! The fickle random number generator gods have abandoned me. Why? How you doing guys? Big Mek Danskull here again today with another episode of Warhammer Thoughty. I think this is episode 12, which means I've been going roughly 3 months with this, so I'm doing alright with it. You know, I'm quite enjoying doing it still and everything. So let's get on with this one, shall we? So this week's episode is it's in response basically to a video by the Lone Ranger, or TLR Wargaming as his channel's now called. And basically he asked in a video this week a question that was, what equipment do you use to produce your YouTube content basically, and if it broke, would you then struggle to produce the content? So I'm going to talk about that today. So equipment for my YouTube content, what I've been using for the past since I started my channel basically is basically my phone. I've had a couple of phones in that time. Not the original phone, but my old phone that I used was probably a bit better for producing YouTube videos because the microphone on it was a bit better. This one I have to attach my headphones to and use the mic on that and enable it to pick my voice up a bit better, and then you get the slight distraction of the microphone wire waving in under my chin. Let's hope that's not making too much noise. Anyway, yeah, so I use my phone predominantly, and I have done for the past few years. Last year I invested in a computer, which after a few months of having it, it broke. But I've recently had that fixed, and I am going to be using my computer and my camera as well to improve the quality of the content I produce. Now I'm having still a little bit of trouble with the computer, so I'm back to the phone, which I'm recording this on. So the trouble I'm having with the computer is basically the editors. I can't get an editor that works and that I've had a chance to have a play with really. I've got a couple of editors on there at the minute that I'm going to have a play with, and hopefully I'll get back to using the computer. But you know, I don't really have a problem with producing content on my phone. One thing I'd say to anybody who is considering producing YouTube content on their phone is, if you've not already got the phone and you're thinking of producing YouTube content just with the phone, get a really good phone. You know, get one of the latest top of the range handsets. So you're looking at like your latest iPhones, HTC, what are they on now? Ultra has just come out. That's supposed to have a really good mic on it, and stereo mics as well, which I think the HTC M8, which I had before this phone, which is the A9, the M8 had stereo microphones and it picked up my voice so much better than this one does. And it's got the thing about the top of the range phones as well is they've got the most powerful processors in there, so they can produce the videos better, quicker basically, and upload them to YouTube quicker and stuff like that. And they can handle more, so they can handle like editing software. Now the editing software I use on my phone at the minute is KineMaster, which there will probably be a watermark here for, because as I said, this video is being produced and I'm going to edit it on my phone as well. Now you can pay a subscription, I think it's about £23 a year for KineMaster, but I'm not into paying that. I'd rather just, you know, settle for having the watermark for the time being. It'll either be up here or up here, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so I use that software. Now, if that software was taken down, I'd really struggle to edit the videos on my phone, and therefore I'd have to crack on with doing stuff on my computer. I have had times in the past where I've had memory issues on my phone. So on one of my previous phones, it was my M8 actually, it had I think it was 32 gig of memory, internal memory, and you could get an SD card, but the SD card, Android phones have recently had this update where you can integrate your SD card, so it uses the SD card for something internally, so it means you don't get this issue that they've had in the past where it keeps telling you you've got low memory even though you've got loads of space on your SD card. So now you don't have that problem as much. So I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but with my old phone I had that issue where it kept telling me I had low memory, but I had loads of space on this 64 gig SD card, but I couldn't use any of that space, so it was kind of useless basically, the SD card in the end. But on this one, and with the latest Android update, you can, I think they call it just integrating the SD card basically, so the phone's processor, it basically, like I said, it uses the SD card as well as the internal memory of the phone to free up space, and it enables you basically to have loads of stuff on your SD card and on your phone, and you know, blah blah. Anyway, that's a bit technical for me at this time of night. So yeah, I use primarily my phone. I have had issues in the past, like I said, about the memory issues on my phone, and that meant I couldn't put out content as regular, and the content I was putting out, I was limited to the time of the videos, the length of the videos, I should say. So I wouldn't have been able to do any Thoughty like talking videos back then. I was doing waffle and walks at the time, and whenever I tried to film one of them and then produce that video, it was really struggling. I was using my iPad for a bit to edit the clips, so I was getting the clips off my phone, sending them to my iPad, and then editing them on this bit of this app called CuteCut, it's called, on iPhone. So that's another good editing app on iPhone. It's worth paying for it as well. So yeah, I was editing it on CuteCut, and there was always some issues sometimes with the transfer. If it was over like a gig of memory, then my iPad struggled to export it from the app I was using to transfer the file, and then it was also struggling to produce a video at the end of it, even using the editor. So again, problems with memory on the iPad led me to look into buying a computer. I'm pointing there, computer's in the next room there. So it made me look into buying a computer, and the idea with the computer was I could edit my videos, blah blah blah. I'm having trouble with that at the minute, but my point, the point I'm trying to get to here is, if you do want to produce YouTube content and keep it regular and, you know, keep it slick and everything, you're going to have to invest a little bit of money. Now, you might be all right because you might already have a phone and you've got on contract or whatever, so you might not need to splash out too much. The phone you've got might just do the job perfectly for you, or for the type of content you want to do. Obviously it depends. If you want to do battle reports, you're going to struggle to do them on a phone because it's a lot of filming and the battery will be running low. It will take up your memory, and then it's chopping and editing the video on your phone. It's not the easiest thing to do. You can do it like with software like KineMaster or CuteCut, but it's not the easiest thing to do at all. So that's why I tend to do just talking videos. Once I've got my computer sorted out for editing and everything, I'm hoping to get into skirmish size bat reps at first, and then maybe bigger bat reps in 40k and Age of Sigmar. 40k for the time being, let's say. Maybe there'll be one Age of Sigmar one day. Yeah, so basically the more things you've got to fall back on, the better when you're editing or when you're producing YouTube content. because something will inevitably go wrong. Something always does. So yeah, the more things you've got to fall back on, the better, because things will go wrong. So I've got a camera now, which I can shoot things on, and it picks up my voice quite well. The sound quality isn't amazing, but it does pick up my voice quite well. And I've got a microphone, a webcam, so I can do live streams if I want. So it's enabling me to do a wider variety of content. And yeah, if you want to improve your channel and get traffic to your channel and be able to get more videos up and different types of videos, then it's definitely worth investing in a few different types of things. One thing I'd say about using your phone to do YouTube videos is put it in landscape mode. Sometimes people, film things on the phone and it's in portrait mode, and it might be that they've just got a holder that they can, like a tripod, like what I've got this mounted on. They might just have one that can only go in portrait mode. But like, if I'm only using this part of the screen here, it's going to be really annoying for you watching. It's annoying for me anyway. Maybe not everybody has the issues I have with it, but I find it a little bit annoying, because if you're trying to show me something, you've immediately shrunk the size of the screen to where my arms are here. So I'm going to see less detail. I can't turn my computer that way and then it'll magically fill the screen like you can with a phone. So basically, yeah, shoot it in landscape mode, and with your phone as well, try and get more, try and get a microphone. Basically, if you notice you're getting issues with the sound quality, watch your videos back as well. So to get the best sound quality, get a microphone as well. But anyway, I'm waffling on now. This was all about that question. Basically, if my the equipment I used to do YouTube predominantly, if the equipment I predominantly used to do YouTube broke, would I be able to produce content? And I think I could now. It might not be as good a quality as some of the stuff I've done, because it takes me a little while to get used to doing things a certain way. So let's say if my phone broke now, because obviously I'm producing this on my phone. If my phone broke now, could I still do a video? Yes, I can do a live stream. I can go in there and do one. I couldn't maybe do the same variety of videos. If I wanted to go and film outside, I couldn't do that because I'm using a webcam to do it. But then I could use my camera, and once I get used to using the software, I could then go outside and do that sort of content. But anyway, yeah, if the equipment I used to do YouTube broke now, I could still produce videos, but it'd be, there'd be fluctuations in the content basically. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Check out the Lone or TLR Wargaming. Make sure you check it out. I'll put a link somewhere. I might put a link up here or here. I'm not sure which side it's going to come up on. I know it comes up on like the top right of the screen, but with my camera facing me, I'm not sure if it's going to reverse the picture. So it might come up on this side. It might come up on this side. I'll try and put a card up. But if not, it'll be at the end of the video or in the description below. So that's it for this week's Warhammer 40k. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It was, as always, very waffly, this one. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you on the battlefield.